Hey guys, this is Gary Lee Stanley, your sales guy. Today we're going to talk about my favorite subject, which is sales. All right, we got a great subject for ourselves today, and it's kind of dear and near to my heart because it kind of changed my life. I used to weigh almost 300 pounds, or a little bit close there, a little bit over. Had a real scare health-wise because I was really obese, and I lost 50 pounds, and I'm still working on it. I've been training now for a couple of years, and I really love the lifestyle. And our subject for today is selling, amazing selling. Why working out or physical activity and training is so important. Very simple. It's a great subject because, see, a lot of times as salespeople, we're under duress a lot. We have a lot of stress. We have people that are pulling from us to be successful. And our whole goal is to sell something, and that can be sometimes very frustrating. If you've already made it and you're doing really great, that's wonderful. But I've noticed that a lot of salespeople today are getting really fat. I mean, heavy. I mean, it's just kind of scary because, we need to be at our best. I really do, because I'm an older person. I've been in sales in some form or capacity since the 80s. So I know that, I'm not going to live forever, but I do want to have a good quality of life. Our subject, for today is, taking care of your health and what's important, as far as, our future. Zig Ziglar talked about it one time, which I thought was very cool. Would you take a thoroughbred horse and give it cigarettes or smoke or eat just stuff, junk food and drugs and alcohol? I don't think so. So he basically said, well, why should we? Why would we do that to $1 million body, our own bodies? And you know what? I never really thought about that a lot until I got older. And, I've been in physical fitness in some form or capacity. But when I got really obese, it was like, you get sedentary and you get set in your ways. And I ain't no skinny guy, guys. I'm still working out. I'm still training. And it's an ongoing, I don't want to say battle, but it's an opportunity for me to have a healthier lifestyle. I'm not preaching at you. My name is Gary Lee Stanley. I told you I'd tell you the good, the bad, the ugly, the warts, and all about sales. And I've noticed that, when I'm really heavy, I'm not able to do my best. I suffer. My feet hurt, my back hurt, my brain hurts, my legs hurt. Everything is when you're obese and you're overweight, it's like it sucks, man. It really does. And if I'm offending you, I'm not necessarily trying to do that. But like I said, I have to be honest. To thine own self be true. This may be a wake-up call for you. This may be the thing that hits you right between the eyes that says, hey, maybe we need to change something. Because, see, if we're physically taking in drugs or alcohol or cigarettes and things that are really not beneficial for our body, we're kind of ending our career a lot earlier. I've had too many friends of mine that have been in sales that have passed away because of a lot of different things. And I ain't saying I'm innocent, like I've done nothing. I've done almost a lot of stuff. I'm not perfect, but I do have a forum here, and I like to share the truth. I like to talk about things that are prevalent to salespeople and people in general. We're important and we matter. And to be able to close sales, we have to have this enthusiasm. We have to have this strength. We have to have this physical fitness, because sometimes it's like a marathon, man. You get there and you got to love the one you're with. A lot of times people, they go real fast in their sales and then they lose a sale because, they just go too fast, and it's not good. And it's a lot of times because, we get kind of worn out. And if you're a door-to-door salesman or a business-to-business selling, you may be jumping in and out of your car a lot and eating a lot of foods that aren't really healthy for you. And I had to revisit that. I had to go back and take a look, because I started kind of laxing on my food consumption and the things that I was eating. And I noticed that I was starting to get a little bit more heavier. And I'm a little scared about that, because I don't want to be wearing those pants that were just like, I'm not going to lie, it made me feel very uncomfortable and embarrassed. I'm not putting you down. If you have issues with your weight, or if you have issues with your health, please get a doctor to help you, and you need to go to a place where you can get physical fitness, go to a gym, go to a place that you feel comfortable, because see, as our health declines as we get older, we have to do things to reverse that. And they've proven it by doing physical activity like walking, running, jogging, doing exercise in a club, a gym, you're swimming. I mean, just so many different things that we can do to help us with our health. You know, when you're young, you don't really think a lot about that, or maybe you do. I'm not saying you don't, but a lot of times we kind of neglect our bodies, you know, and I've seen it in my own selling career. I've kind of neglected myself, my body, and now as I've gotten older, it's like really cool to know that, hey, I'm not done yet. I'm still growing, and so I can keep training and working out, and it makes me feel good. Another thing is, when you deal with a lot of stress, it sucks. I mean, my goodness, you got people pulling at you all day. You got commission, and we don't just get paid a salary, and if you do, you're lucky. But most people don't in sales, and they have to deal with, dang, I got to get another sale, and that's a lot of mental and physical pressure. So what do? Well, first of all, you got to figure out what's important to you, and you've got to make a life choice. I'm serious, guys. A lot of times people, they go on a diet and they lose some weight. They gain it right back. And the reason why is because they didn't change their eating and their lifestyle to make it last for a long time. You know, and I struggle with weight because I'm a short guy. I'm not a real tall fella. And, you know, I really like to make sure that I look my best because I want to be healthy. And I know you do too. And you want to live a good, long life. So what do we have to do to be successful with our health? We have to eat right. We have to exercise. We have to take care of our mental. I mean, a lot of times people don't notice that, but selling can be very mental. It can be really stressful. And I'm saying this a lot because it's true. Because, you know, people depend on us. Management, staff, kids, family, wives, significant others. They depend on us to be successful. And if we're out of shape and we're not looking good and we're starting to get that Dunlop, that big old belly there, and we're just not at our best, we suffer in our selling game. You know, I hate to say it, but people do judge us based on the way we look. Now, if you're over the phone, you may get away with that, but a lot of times people are face to face when they're selling. And you don't want to be that person where they go, damn, he kind of smell funny. They look kind of funny. They look fat. I mean, they smell bad because of them cigarettes or just whatever. So, you know, I'm not trying to, again, tell you how to live your life, but I'm doing this based on my own personal experience. You know, I've been there, I've done that, and I've written a lot of those checks. And what's so important is when we're in sales, we need to take care of our physical health. And what's important, too, is we want to be there for our family. You know, a lot of times people, they start making a lot of money and they stop caring about what they look like. A lot of men, husbands, wives, we get settled in our ways, and, you know, our significant other may be doing physical activity and we may not. And then sometimes divorces happen because of the way we look. And I ain't gonna lie, because some people, they judge you based on the way you look. And unfortunately, that's the case. You know, my name is Gary Lee Stanley. This is a very simple conversation. Our topic for today is taking care of your health, why it's important to go to the gym, go to a place that you feel comfortable at, go golfing, whatever, swimming. You have to have an outside source for you to be able to unwind, refresh. I say it like a computer, refresh, refresh, refresh. And if you don't refresh, you become stale. And a lot of times people have heart attacks because they've gotten so far out of shape. And believe me, it's harder to take care of your health when you're way out of shape. It's easier if you maintain it one day at a time. And listen, guys, if you're getting back into doing physical fitness, Take your time. Rome wasn't built in a day, and you didn't get that way in a day. It took time. And it will take some time for you to be able to get back in control of your physical fitness. I really love physical fitness. I'm right now getting ready to go into the gym for a few minutes, and I'm going to meet up with my parents, and then we're going to have a lunch, and it's kind of important to me. You know, my physical, my mental, my spiritual. I pray a lot. I talk to, I don't know what you believe, but I believe in God, so I do like to share my feelings, and I like to talk to my higher power, because it's really, really important to my mind. Because, sometimes things can be just way overboard. And sometimes you can just feel like, dang, man, I don't feel right. I just feel psychologically wrong. And when you're like that, you lose easy cells. It sucks. It's the truth. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to tell you the truth. Some days are really, really good. And if it wasn't for good physical fitness, being able to deal with the on and on, because we got to be on, baby. We are salesmen. We got to be on. And if you're not on, you're off. And you're going to lose those easy sales because of your health. And do take care of yourself, guys. Comb your hair, brush your teeth. Take a shower, wash. And be careful, because your breath may have a little funk. And sometimes customers, they're always looking for an excuse to run from us if they're not given enough benefits just yet. So do me a favor. My name is Gary Lee Stanley. We just had a very simple conversation about physical fitness, why it's important, and why you should go ahead and take advantage of the time you've got. Because listen, if you say you don't have time to work out or train, okay, well, you've just cut yourself off from a lot of opportunities and sales. You never know who you're going to run into. You may run into like-minded people in those places that you like to go, and you might be able to sell something. I've done it. I've been there, and I'm writing that check, or they wrote it. Like I said, I'm not trying to step on your toes, but it just really means a lot to me to share the truth. My name is Gary Lee Stanley, and we just had a really good, simple conversation about selling, your health, what's important to train, what's important to take care of your health. And do me a favor, go out there and sell something. But if you haven't asked for the order, you ain't selling nothing. So go ahead and ask for the order. And what was our topic for today? It was about our health and dealing with the things that we deal with psychologically, mentally, physically, spiritually in our selling careers. So go out there and sell something. And remember, my health does matter. It really does. Go out there and sell something. Bye-bye. And don't forget to ask for the order.